There are various options available for the HS2 scheme, even if it's going to be jettisoned, which we expect later on today when Rishi Sunak delivers his keynote speech. Again, all staged, and we would expect the security staff to be poised to take out anybody who's already been earmarked as an offending liberal. So, Theresa May, it wouldn't be entertaining to see her escorted out for tut-tutting. She becomes the third former Prime Minister to question Rishi Sunak's decision to dump the northern link of the HS2. It's already, remember, HS2 has already dumped its link to Hull. It's now going to dump the link to Manchester, leaving that northern area, Manchester, Leeds, Hull, exposed. And the northern area had every opportunity of developing. And it's not just so you can take the train down to London. It's so that you can join those cities, and so that business feels that those cities are interlinked. It's only by interlinking that there's a sense of trade and community. And the hub from London up to Birmingham, I think, is the one bit of HS2 which is probably not as needed as the bit from Manchester across to Hull. It's the ability to get across the UK, which is the biggest problem, and it starts really round about the area where I live in Rugby. It is impossible to get across from Rugby to Cambridge. It's an incredibly short distance, and it requires a lot of planning, extraordinary expense for a journey which is potentially just over an hour away by road. That makes it more accessible even than London. It's nonsensical. It goes back to beaching, and if we're trying to make our country more competitive, then we need to make it more interlinked. We need to link our various communities. If we don't link our various communities, then we isolate. So Theresa May, I found her performance with recently. She's doing a lot of media, partly to promote her book, but partly to, I suspect, rehabilitate herself. And a lot of this is about rethinking her various initiatives, and they start with the Home Office. A lot of the stuff that we see in the Home Office with Suella Braverman was effectively started by Theresa May, and we should never forget that. Theresa May cannot be whitewashed. She was an appalling influence on the development of the Home Office, and it wouldn't have got to its present state of abhorrence without Theresa May's serious input. Theresa May, after all, is responsible for the Windrush crisis. That may have been blamed on her immediate successor, but it was her fault. And the fact that it all blew up while she was Prime Minister is extraordinary. Take one for the team, Amber. And Amber did. But it shouldn't make us blind to the reality of whose fault it was. So, let's see if, as Theresa May tut-tuts in today's speech by Rishi Sunak, if she's going to be escorted out by security like Andrew Boff.